Welcome to Let's Talk Nation, the sit down. I know everybody is, well rested. I have some guests in the studio with us this evening. You're going to be educated. You're going to have a good time. Y'all help me help our guests relax because they nervous about being on the sit down. Even our even our executive producer, who normally knows how to counsel people, make them feel relaxed, he didn't get a chance to just kind of chime in to tell y'all, chill, relax. We're going to have a good time and let people know what y'all doing in the community. But with me this evening, and most people already know, Miss Wynn, who is out in the community. She's engaged. For those of you who want to get a hold of Miss Wynn, if you have a program or some services that you're out there serving the community, Miss Wynn, let them know how to get a hold of you.
You could reach me at 407-494-2406. Or you can email me at quita@flconsortium.org. That's my email address.
Hey, and Miss Queet, that's the best person to get a hold of because she will be out to your program doing a capacity assessment, looking at how the Florida Economic Consortium can work with you.
Yes.
So, hey, but you know what? We're going to have a good time this evening. We're going to learn about some things. We're going to learn about some folk and what they're doing in the community. Man, I tell you, we're honored to have in the studio with us. And I'm going to start out from my right first. And I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna go with my right first. But we have Miss Vanya Dixon. Miss Vanya Dixon is the owner, the proprietor of Beyond Tomorrow's Education,
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
And normally I know Doc will hit that applause button, and we can't hear it. We can't hear it. We're gonna blame Armando for that. But we also have is it Victorious Tutoring?
Vanya's Victorious Tutoring.
Okay, hold up. See, now we got the applause. Thanks a lot, Doc, for So what is the name of the organization again?
Vanya's Victorious Tutoring.
Okay. And they just make kids smarter and smarter and smarter. And Attorney Greg Jackson normally comes in and say, Let's Talk Nation gonna raise the IQ. And Greg goes in 130% and all that. But I know your organization is making them kids smart.
They are.
They are?
They are.
So once again, thank y'all for being in the studio. But I got to ask you, where are the services provided? So I'm going to start with you, Ms. Dixon.
In Apopka.
In the APK?
In the APK.
How long have you been providing services in Apopka?
At least 14 years.
14 years.
14 years.
Well, you know what? Just so folk, and we're gonna sell you on this. Where are you located in Apopka?
833 South Orange Blossom Trail, Apopka, Florida, 32703. In the Big Lock Plaza.
The Big Lock Plaza.
Yes.
Oh, hey, there's isn't that a fast food restaurant in there?
Charlie's.
Yes.
You got to give them, everybody give them landmarks.
Okay. Where Charlie's is located used to be Church's Fried Chicken next to Additions Bank.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna see she getting over that nervous tension already. So how long have you been providing services and tutoring and making kids smarter than all get out?
Well, me personally, I've been doing it over 18 years.
Okay.
I'm a former OCPS teacher.
Oh, okay.
And I've started with her probably about 6 or 7 years ago, just helping in the summer and things like that, being that she's my best friend. But since the pandemic, I started with her full time and started the VPK program.
The VPK. Okay, so what's the capacity of your organization? What's the capacity of the center?
86.
86 kids. So how many do you have there so that we can help fill you up?
Currently, probably 62.
Oh man, shoot, you
almost there.
and what's
Almost.
what's the ages?
They range from 6 weeks to 12 years old.
Oh, okay.
Before and after. I pick up from 4 schools.
Hold up. When you say pick up, you gotta let you got transportation.
Transportation.
Move her mic just a little bit closer.
Okay. Can you hear, Doc? Go ahead. See, everybody want to hear what you got to say.
We want to provide transportation as well.
Yeah.
I go to Phyllis Wheatley, Level. I can go to Apopka and Dream Lake.
Okay. So so you're familiar. I would say you're pretty well familiar with a lot of the parents in that community as well then.
Yes, I am.
So how long so I know you say you've been with her about 6 years, right?
Yes.
And former educator. Are you from the APK as well?
I'm born and raised in the APK. South of Pop.
South of Popka.
South of Pop.
You know, my wife, oh, y'all already know my wife.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know she's an APKer too.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Man, so it's just something about them blue daughters, man, you just can't get
Hey.
away from.
Blue Dart. She's not
I'm apparently from Oviedo, so I'm a lion.
So you're a lion.
I'm a lion.
You're a lion.
I'm
So
a lion.
what made you move to the Apopka area?
Truly, to tell the truth,
Yes.
God told me to move.
Ooh.
He gave me the address of the house. I only went to church in Apopka. My uncle was Bishop G.H. Washington, so I only knew just going back and forth to church.
Okay.
And he told me to move to 1353 Claricona Road.
Man.
Wow.
Gave me the house number. I rode to the house about 100 times
Mhm.
and saying this could not be it because where it was located, I'm not used to.
Right.
So to bring my children up in that type of community, I always kept them segregated from just brought up in predominantly white neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to give them the best education. We came from Maitland,
Mm-hmm.
and the first year was a nightmare. God promised me He would give me a daycare when I moved there.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't happen right away, of course.
Right.
So we just truly had to trust Him. He promised me the year to the date that I moved in that house, He would move me out of the house, and He did.
Man,
Wow. Wow.
I tell you, you know, when, yeah, that is a testimony.
Testimony.
And so you've been serving kids in that community for, is it 14 years?
14 years.
14 years now.
I've been doing it a total of 26 years because I started off in Maitland.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I moved to Apopka, the first address I had was 1425 West Orange Blossom Trail, up a little further. And the first month I wanted to quit because I've never been cussed out
Oh,
by the
no.
parents. So I was different, dealing with a different type.
Yeah.
And God just told me to stand still, and I did.
Well, you listen to you listen to the right person.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You listen to the
yes.
right person.
Oh,
So
wow.
you mentioned earlier that you've worked with kids as young as 6. Did you say 6 weeks?
6 weeks.
6
Yes.
weeks old, all the way up to 12.
Yes.
So what do you find that a lot of these children, I mean, we know they need love, we know they need guidance, but y'all are there providing some education, you're providing guidance. What else do you see that they're missing that they get from your facility?
I think the stability.
Stability, okay.
The stability, the trust. If you tell me something, you're going to keep your word.
Mm-hmm.
We come in contact with a lot of kids that, you know, come from single family homes, live below the poverty level. So they're looking for a safe haven. And I do believe that, you know, beyond tomorrow's education is that safe haven for a lot of parents. We get a lot of, you know, they cry all the time at home. They act this way at home, and we don't see that. So I think it's just the trust.
Good.
The trust.
So building trust and relationship.
Yeah.
Let me ask this, because you brought up a real good point. And it's something that I know we're hearing more and more every day at the state level and the local level. Folk are trying to get their arms around this when you talk about single parent households, but you're also having more conversation about responsible fatherhood now. And that is something I am proud to say I'm seeing more organizations get involved with. So aside from providing services to the kids, do you engage the parents a great deal?
Very much so.
Very much so. I know we do a lot of birthdays. She provides birthdays for every single child. And honestly, the staff, we tell her, hey, get one cake for all February birthdays. But she says some kids will never have another birthday.
Yeah.
So she provides a cake for each child. So if I have 4 kids in my
You got
classroom,
4 cakes.
I have 4 cakes. And
Oh,
each one, she asks the parent, what is your child's favorite character? What is their favorite theme? So the room is decorated in that theme for that child that day.
So you're making it, excuse me, you're making it special. That day is, those children going to remember that day.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
And I do that because I didn't have a birthday till I was 40.
Till you was 40.
Till I was 40.
Well, man, you making everybody else's birthday so special.
Oh,
So
So-
that's why I celebrate, because I know how I felt as a child growing up and didn't have a birthday party.
You know something, I'm going to go there, Miss Wynn. Make sure you, in particular, make a note because we need to be more engaging. But I don't know if either of you ever heard of ACEs, Adverse Childhood Experiences. And basically, what ACEs is all about, it's a 10-question assessment. And when people hear the title, you would think it's assessment only for children. But anybody can take this assessment because what it says is things that happen to us in our childhood still we carry them around, as a degree of trauma, if you would. And so when you said that, that made me think about things that impact us as children that we carry, but you've done something about it so that those kids in your center, if nothing else, they can remember those birthdays that come up.
right,
Yes.
Right.
right,
Definitely.
right. One of my question is, how do you get the parents to engage in the child's education that's at your facility?
For me, I'm the VPK teacher as
Okay.
well as the director. And for me, I let them know from day one, although your child is 3 or 4, they will have homework in my class. I give them homework every Tuesday, every Thursday. We do a Fun Friday. So if you want your child to participate in Fun Friday, they must return the homework on Tuesday and Thursday. Not looking at it to make sure that everything is correct,
Correct.
but they have to make an effort. And if they make an effort, then eventually they'll catch on to everybody in my class is bringing the homework. But as a parent, I need you to help me help your child.
One of the things you're doing is you're actually helping them condition themselves to a routine.
Yes.
And you say homework every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday and every Thursday, unless I specify that we won't have homework this week. Last month was Black History Month. They didn't have homework on Tuesday and Thursday, but each child was given a Black History leader. And they had to practice what that Black History leader did. So each week we did the ABCs of Black History until the letter Z. And then on the 29th, they dressed up as a Black History leader.
Okay.
Wow, wow.
But I love the repetitive conditioning because those children know Tuesday and Thursday.
Yes.
We know we taking homework home.
Yes. And
some
if
of
they
them ask
don't
for it.
have
And
it,
some of them
they
ask for
will
it.
ask for it.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I ain't never,
Yeah.
I haven't asked any of my teachers growing up, will you please give me some homework?
Some of them
Yes,
ask
I
for
have
it.
one particular student. Her mom texts me at night and says she won't change her clothes, she won't eat dinner, she won't do anything until she does her homework. She said my husband and I tell her, you have to eat dinner. No, my teacher says I have to do my homework.
Man,
Oh,
see, I like
yeah,
that. I like that.
learning early at
Yeah.
an early age. You keep that up when you get to elementary and middle school because you have that foundation that's laid down so early
Yeah.
for a lot
Oh,
of.
that's
the
some heck of a
students.
conditioning.
Yeah.
That's some, and since we're talking about VPK and help educate us, but VPK, and I know there was some, I don't know if what the status of it is, but there was some legislation this session that was aiming to extend the hours of VPK because right now those kids can come, is it like
It's
4 hours?
It's like 4
We
hours.
do all day. The children stay with us all day. We
Okay.
don't send them back home.
Okay,
Yeah.
so but let me ask this question because I know people who are watching this probably VPK is paid for 4 hours.
4
Yes.
So and I don't know how they do it in other daycare centers. Do they charge the parent? Because I mean, if you're a working parent and you drop your kid off at VPK, you're going to work in the morning. What are you going to do if you're picking the kid up at noontime and you don't have anybody home to take care of them? So what parents are doing is they're paying the other 4 hours. So how are you
Most of my parents, I just charge $50 a week.
$50? Man,
Yeah.
Right.
I
And
work
that's
with
what
my
she
parents.
does for the
That's one thing I
community.
do.
that's impactful too.
I
Yeah.
had 9 kids and I could never afford daycare.
Yeah, hold on. I ain't gonna let you gloss. Hey, I gotta sit up. Yeah. Hold up. Hey, Doc, can you get a read on her mic? Did you hear what she just said? That's our executive producer. Sometimes he's with us, sometimes he's not. But you
No, I couldn't
said-
hear.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
working in
repeat.
the background.
Repeat that again. You have how many kids?
9 children.
Doc, do you hear that?
9 kids of her own.
I birthed no twins, each individual.
Well, God bless you.
So,
Yes.
man, now this is getting, this conversation is just really lifting off now.
Yes.
But yes.
We only had 5.
What's the oldest?
Yeah.
The oldest is 33 and the youngest is 19. So all of them are grown and out the house.
Man,
Yes.
Wow.
I'm one of 5, and you two, y'all met my daughters at the wedding this
Yes.
week, and I only had 2, and I'm glad that's it. But 9.
Well, my plan was 1. I only wanted a son.
Well, you know what they talk about,
Yeah.
our plan.
Yes.
You tell God your plan,
Yeah.
and God gonna laugh.
So,
I got something better
to
for
God be the glory. They all by one man.
Amen.
you. Man.
So,
So I mean, I'm impressed by the work that you're doing, but what's really impressing me is the fact that from 6 weeks to 12 years old. So I want to kind of dive in here from the perspective of normally we understand those 5 and 6, those centers that. So how are you getting those older kids in your center?
Before and
most of my kids are there from birth to the time out. So the family stay with me just that long. I've had kids go to college and come back,
Man,
and they still come by and see me.
but those older kids that are 7 and all the way up to 12, how are those? They coming to you for after school?
Yeah.
Coming for after school, the tutoring and the mentoring program.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So tell us a little about the mentoring program that you have.
Well, we're just getting it started, but we our goal is to mentor the children to be leaders, entrepreneurs. When we it's all set up, but we haven't went into the building yet.
Okay.
So we're trying to set stuff up for the first Saturday meeting. Every third Saturday we'll have a meeting with all the children come, and they have to come dressed up
Okay.
as in professionals. They can't come in shorts or
What's the age range for that?
from 5 to high school. We're trying to reach. Me. The first meeting is gonna be we're gonna have a banker come in. We want to open up all the children accounts
Mm-hmm.
so they learn how to save.
Okay.
Starting off with $50, and I will match it every month. The mom puts $50 in, I will put $50 in. But
Wait,
nobody
hold up. Yeah, she just glossing over the good stuff. You said that as a business owner, their parents put $50 into their account that's set up through your entrepreneur program.
Yes,
That you as a business is going to contribute $50 to that.
as well. We're gonna teach our children how to save.
Hey,
Oh.
Hey, Doc, I don't know which camera you got going on. Yeah, I'm looking at the monitor, but you need to zoom in over there because, man, this is what we talk about that communities not only need, but need to be appreciative of.
Yes.
Yes.
And now I'm going to call out, I'm going to give you all the advertising in the world because when we talk about businesses in communities, contributing to communities, man, not only are you contributing to the community, but from an entrepreneur, from a future development standpoint, this is what it's all about.
Yes, and we are looking to get, when I was in school, we had junior achievement.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to bring those basically home economic skills back. They're not getting it in the school. So if we can have someone to come in on a Saturday and teach the girls sewing, you know, she also is a caterer.
Okay.
I did the whole wedding Saturday.
Yeah, I noticed you. You were moving too.
So to come in and do little chef cooking on a Saturday, you know, not just necessarily the athletes from the Apopka area, but we have quite a few. Some of those to come in and talk to the young men and partner with those young men and show them that, hey, I'm a product of Apopka. I made it. You can make
You're
it.
right.
Correct.
They
And,
get to
and
see other folk that are from where they are at.
yes.
Yes. Yes. Now I may have somebody that may come in on a Saturday for financial literacy,
Mm-hmm.
but it would have to be after her little tax season.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
definitely.
fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna
yes.
set the accounts up first. That's our first goal is to get all the children with accounts set up and that they learn how to save.
So you have another facility that you're looking at doing the entrepreneur program at.
I already have it set up. So
Is it in the APK?
Yes,
right
that
across the
address
street.
is 726 South Orange Blossom Trail.
Right.
It's right across the street, right between the racetrack and the optical island.
Oh, I know exactly.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
exactly. Oh, and by the way, before this slips my mind, since you talked, and thank you for getting her back like this, as the caterer, let me tell you, that food was good. That food was good, and I was kind of upset at my wife that she didn't go because at some point in time y'all said, okay, y'all go ahead and get a plate to go,
Yes.
and I'm like, come on, get me a, hey,
Gotcha. Just
that
make
food-
a request.
make a request.
Just make a
Hey,
request.
so this program is all about empowerment too. So what's the name of the catering company?
Vanya's Southern Cooking.
Now you got to speak up because I want people to tell them what the catering company is.
Vanya's Southern Cooking.
Okay, and so what is there a phone number or website or how? Because I want folk to definitely not only engage you if they need childcare service, if they have young kids in their home and they want to send them to a mentoring program, if they want them to participate in the entrepreneur program that you just get, y'all are bringing it.
Yes.
Y'all are bringing it. And when I have when Attorney Greg Jackson and I need a caterer, we know who to call now.
Yes, sir.
So how do people? What's the phone number?
407 731
No. Now.
3416.
Let her tell it. She got to speak up here.
Hey, I
See,
tell
I
you,
ain't
our
get to coach
executive
you
producer don't play.
beforehand. So I
Our
got to
executive
do it
producer
in the
don't
middle of
play.
the show. Go ahead and speak
407
up.
731 3416.
Say it again.
Okay, say it one more time.
407.
This radio.
He said, "Go ahead and say it again, because you know."
407 731 3416.
All right.
Vanya's Southern Cooking.
Now, Miss.
I'll leave some cards with him.
What's your special dish?
Anything.
Hey, he just being greedy now.
Oxtails.
He just what?
Oh,
You ain't taste
Oh, it was oxtail Saturday, but it was for the bridal party only.
But he got.
Okay, y'all, the show is over with. I ain't get. I didn't know. I didn't. I did not.
I got you. I got
so
you.
got
your
me?
special is oxtails.
Yeah. I can
how
cook
much time
anything.
we
It
got?
doesn't matter.
What'd you say, Doc?
You can tell me what to cook.
How
I
much
cook
time
it.
we got? We need to talk about them oxtails.
Y'all up here all day?
We up here. Hey, Vanya's.
Y'all up
What you?
here all day?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
For the week out, I'm gonna get y'all some lunch.
Ooh. But you know what?
Rod, don't you eat much here.
Hey, Doc, I'm sorry, man, but if you think there's gonna be some leftovers, you are sadly mistaken. Matter of fact, and we'll address this off the air, but you know, we love to patronize folk who are doing things in the community. And I don't know if you may already have a gig this Saturday coming up. I know you stay busy, but one of the things that's taking place this Saturday is we're going to be over at the Tucson Boxing and Fitness Center.
You know
and
what this
that is
is?
going to
He
take
used to be
place.
beside me.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so that's going to take place from 9:30 to 10:30 or 11 o'clock. I don't know. Sometimes people we can't push them away,
Yes.
but we're going to be having dialogue, some conversation about Mr. Toussaint, his boxing gym, how he's working with young people from the community, and the fact that we're working with him because, and we already know it's never been all about just boxing, but we're going to make sure conflict resolution, aggression management, and some other things so that we don't see some of the tragedies that we see in the community when it
Yes.
comes to youth violence. And so Ms. Wynn will get with you off air to see if there's an opportunity there so that when folk come to the presser this Saturday, and since it's early in the morning, I don't know if it'd be a catering breakfast because I'm a good breakfast food kind of guy. So, but we love being supportive, and we're not asking you to do it for free. So Ms. Wynn will definitely be talking to you.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Now, Miss Sonia, we had a conversation earlier today that you had mentioned something regarding a private school that you were.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
See?
Yes.
Hey, you can't be whispering. You can't be whispering on
You're
air.
not here.
Doc, do you see? This is the first person. You making history. This is the first person that's come on the show and whispered. So we talking about the what is it? The private.
It's a private school.
It's
Hey, now
private school
let me
in
tell
the
you this.
making.
I got a secret button that I press that shock people in them chairs. So keep it up.
So Doc saying you better speak up.
Okay.
So,
So a lot of our children this year came back when school first started from kindergarten. And we went to the schools with all our students and we let them know that these aren't normal children. We guarantee when our children leave us, they're going to be on first grade level, some second, some third. So they can't handle our children. So, Junior, your nephew? Is Junior your nephew or cousin?
Cousin.
So, Junior is one of the children that came back to us.
Okay.
But our children leave us very smart. So kindergarten can't handle our kids. So I just kept telling her I have to do something more. And that's where the private school came about.
I saw some of the videos that Junior's been in,
Yes.
attending your school, reciting poems and talking about history. I mean, you're doing some great. I saw him with the mustache. He had a
he
little.
was Thurgood Marshall.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is
I-
That's it.
amazing.
I'm
She's
the
the
teacher for that.
You was it? Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
she's the teacher.
Yes.
Man, I'm not, for privacy purposes, I'm not gonna say his mom name, but man, Junior is sharp, and now I could see where he is. What the effect that you're having on him,
Yes.
and he's in your class.
He's in my class. If you notice, that's why I walked on the side of him at the wedding. But yes,
But we also have some 3 and 4 year olds that's also in her class because we move our children by how they learn.
Okay.
Even though they're in the 1 and 2 year old classes, if they've passed that point, we move them when it comes to the educational part. Then we'll put them back in the class. So she take on a lot of kids that is
are
way
truly
beyond
not
that pace.
in VPK.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can retain the work,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give it to you.
Man,
Right.
And I have a lot of parents to say, but they're only 4. And your point is
mm-hmm.
because they can be taught.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
they're sponges.
Yeah.
So right now I have 3 and 4 year olds, as she stated, that are adding and subtracting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Some multiple.
I have
That's
I have a 6-year-old that does multiplication. So those students that, although they're not there all day, if you left me and you graduated from my VPK and you come back after school, I follow what your teacher is saying. We check their planners, and I have a student that they're saying is a behavior issue. He's in the 1st grade, but he's reading on a 5th grade level.
wow.
So what are you going to do? And I continue to tell his mom, you have to advocate for him.
Wait, hold up. Let me pump the brakes because what I'm hearing, and I love what I'm hearing. So these are kids that are actually coming back to the school in aftercare, and you're checking the work that they're doing in the public schools that they're in, and you're, I guess, emphasizing the direction they need to go, the areas that you identify that are identified as problems for them, and then even some of the issues that people are alleging behavior. You're saying, wait a minute, to the parents, you got to go advocate for your child when it comes to this, because if not, we all have heard of labels.
Labels.
Yes.
And that's
And
a
what they're
constant
trying to
thing
do
that
to
I
our
constantly
children.
tell them. After the first write up, they're gonna call you, but they're also documenting.
Mm-hmm.
After the second one, they're documenting. Now the third one, they want a parent teacher conference. Everything doesn't warrant a parent teacher conference. You have to find out what is triggering that child. Is it during transition? Is it before you get ready to read? Maybe they're acting out because this is too hard for them. But did you punish them? Or did you really find out what the problem is? You know, I do know that there are some students that need to be punished, but not all. But as a parent, you have to also advocate for your child. And we do that a lot. We've had parents to even ask, will you come and sit in my child's conference? That child is no longer here, but they didn't give you that problem. So can you help this teacher and tell them what works for you?
You know, when we talk about punishment, particularly when we're speaking of children, kids need to know what they're being punished for, so that they
Yes.
don't continue either that behavior, or they're readjusting themselves so that they understand what is the desired behavior.
Right.
And so, you know, man, I tell you, I'm impressed. And so you have kids that are actually coming back for aftercare. You're working with them on their public school work,
Right.
but you're also addressing some other issues that is not generally talked about and discussed, especially when we talk about behavior.
Right.
Yes,
And we also have some
children
kids,
that stays there all day because they don't go to school. So we're schooling them inside.
so their
the building.
parents, because they kept getting phone calls. So now the parent is technically homeschooling them, or they're in virtual school. So they're at our facility during the day, and we're assisting the parents with their work so that parents can work. And then when the parent get home, they finish whatever needs to be done on paper.
Yes.
Man.
So what are the hours when you're doing your after school care from
6 to 6. But when we get the facility across the street fully open, we're going to be there to 7.
Okay.
Because we'll be feeding the kids dinner as well. A lot of our kids don't eat till they get to the center. So
I'm glad
we're
you brought
gonna-
that up.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought, because
So we feed.
as we talk about food deserts in communities, and we talk about nutrition and the lack thereof, because there's not viable grocery stores with fresh produce and things of that nature, that unfortunately, and I mean, there's research to prove it, that impoverished communities go to fast food joints and things of that nature that don't help us. So a lot of the kids, I mean, you two see a lot of the children that come, they come
In hungry.
for that that hot meal too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I cook.
and
They give me a list. I'm on the food program. I buy everything on the food program. But she'll tell you, have churches come in and take the food, because I don't cook it. I cook them home cooked meals. I
Wow.
do
that's
breakfast,
almost like
lunch.
missing Mr. Sonny that used to be up to the wash house selling his vegetables. and
Yeah.
fruit.
Yes, he was
yeah,
a
he was
a
my pastor.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
pastor?
Yeah, he just recently died.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
He
Mr.
took over
Sonny.
after my uncle died.
Yeah.
Man.
Fresh fruit, your
Yeah,
vegetables.
but that's me. I don't freeze anything. Even when I'm catering, I don't freeze any meat. Everything is fresh.
You know, I was about to just say to you, because you talked about 14 years of being in the business, and I was going to say, man, look at how God has blessed you.
Yes.
But here's what I got to say in addition to that. See, some folks say, when you talk about a whole bunch of things and you say, but, you erase everything you said before that.
Boy.
But this ain't going to be the case. God has blessed you, but he has also blessed the community. Because what we're hearing here is incredible.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It is incredible. So I'm looking forward to when the facility across the street opens up and
It's
if we
open. We
oh
just it's really open. We just haven't been over there,
Okay.
but it's there.
All right,
okay.
it's open.
It's
She has the
licensed.
keys.
It's licensed. This everything is in. Everything is in.
So will you be providing any transportation for that facility for the different programs that you're looking at doing
I'm
over there?
trying to get a van right now
Okay.
because I'm transporting the children in my vehicle, so I'm trying to purchase a van now.
Okay.
I'm looking into getting the van some kind of way.
Let me ask you this: is your business, is it a not for profit or a for profit?
It's no nonprofit.
Okay.
The tutoring part is nonprofit.
Okay. The reason why I asked that is because for those businesses, and even if you just Joe citizen and you want to make a contribution, and that contribution is tax deductible. Is your organization 501c?
Yes.
Okay. See, I just got to ask them. I got to do the due diligence so that folk know. But hey, man, I tell you, I don't know of any better investment to make than what I'm hearing today.
Yes.
And just think, we just happened to meet by chance.
By chance.
By chance.
Miss Queen, I was walking by, I was trying to skirt on by, and they were like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Okay," and the conversation went from there. But you know what? That's the same thing I also teach my children. Never let opportunities just pass you by.
Right.
And
Never know what that person's
Yeah.
story is or what they're doing.
Yes.
That is amazing.
man, I am so glad that and you know, Miss Wynn and I, we look forward to furthering this conversation and seeing how we can partner.
Yeah.
Man, you got a jewel in the community, and I hate to say it, and I'm sad to say this, but this is the first time that I've heard about it. And then, of course, you know, my wife is trying to get some credit and points with me, saying, "Yeah, I talked to him. I was going to tell you about, you know, yeah." And I ain't putting her on the spot because I got to go there when I leave.
And I always, I tell her, I said, I hear about him. And I told her, I said, I told Marcus, I said, man, why you didn't,
Yeah.
and because I grew up with Marcus, I worked with Marcus and Sheena years ago.
Okay.
Years ago, I grew up in new apartments with them, and I'm like, hey, we didn't know.
What
Yeah.
jewel then?
But,
Right.
but let me, and hopefully this is, I'm going to put on a class 101, and I hope this continues to go out to everybody and understand. Dr. Randy Nelson, a good friend of mine, we've been friends for 30 years now. And he travels the country and he teaches about community engagement. But one of the things that he talks about that is so true, and I live by it, and I teach my kids this. Agreements, you could tear them up. You could throw them away because they're,
Yes, sir.
but relationships,
Yeah.
That's it.
relationships are the foundation. We can have our agreement, but if we have a relationship, it makes it that much harder for me to walk away and not help.
Right.
And so, that's what we're forming here. I'm glad that you two stopped me. And we had I don't know, all a 5-minute conversation, and
Yeah.
look up, here we are.
Here we are.
Excited.
Yes.
Yes.
If my wife was here, she'd be saying, "Won't he do it?
Look,
Won't he
and
will,
somebody will say, won't he will?
Go to will."
And I
All I
can
can say is
Miss
to
Love,
God
she
be the
did.
glory.
She sent me that number right away, and that's when I had called you.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Yes.
It's been a long time coming though, cause I don't. She gets on me because I'm a giver. I'm a giver. And she say people are taking advantage of you. I say, but God blesses on the other end.
You're right.
I give
You're
away
right.
everything, and
You're right.
but my heart is for the children. My passion is kids cooking, so I don't have a job. That's just
You're
something
doing
I
what you
love
love to
What
do.
you love to do.
So I'll do it.
Your kids are showing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's showing through your kids.
and they don't go without.
Yeah.
They come there not clothes. I'm going to buy.
Man.
That
we
she
are.
does. She
I am a
does.
uniform school, so if they can't afford.
Oh, so
the
you got a
shirt-
uniform school?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
sir.
Wow.
every day.
That makes it even
Yeah, I'm
better.
uniform. Period. I don't play
Every
they,
day.
They try to get out of, but I'm just uniform.
I think
I
that
just
is
it's structure.
amazing because you don't have the kids looking at what the other kids
Mm-hmm.
have on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Everybody have the same thing
Same
on.
thing.
Two and up. Their uniform. Yes, ma'am.
Miss Wynn, because I know we're coming to a close, but one of the things that uh, I like for us to do, and I know Attorney Greg Jackson, as a part of our other show, Let's Talk Nation, which is separate and not associated with anything else, but one of the things that we like to do is engage in communities. And so one of the things that I want us to do is sponsor mobile, what is it? Mobile lit Dr. Anderson,
Mobile financial service.
Mobile Financial Services.
Mm-hmm.
What we'd like to do is sponsor her to come over and do one of her financial literacy courses for your school, no matter what age, and Miss Wynn will work with you on that.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
so we would love to go ahead and sponsor her and have her come over and do that one evening or one day, whatever she needs to do. And I know it'll be after tax season,
After tax.
but we'd love to do that. But before we got a couple of minutes, but before we sign off, I want people to know more than anything else, you're very diverse. You got some good backup over here too, because
Yes, yes.
hey,
indeed.
she speaks loud and proud.
Yeah.
So
I'm
the name,
quiet one.
yeah, you're the quiet one. Well, you got good backup, but the name of your daycare is
Beyond Tomorrow Education.
Beyond Tomorrow Education. And see, this is a different kind of show because when we invite folk on, it's singular. It's about you, your organization, what you're doing, but you're so diverse. I got to lay it all out.
Wow.
So you have that the catering company.
Yes.
Name it?
Vanya's Victor.
She got so much going on. So what's the catering company?
Vanya's Southern Cooking.
Vanya, and then you have a tutoring.
Vanya's Victorious Tutoring.
Okay,
As of right now, I would be the tutor.
okay,
Tutor from K through 8, but I can do some
okay,
algebra and all of that other stuff.
okay.
But I am whatever she needs. I'm the backup person for it.
Yeah, I love this. I love this. I feel the chemistry. I feel the love. But once again, Ms. Holmes, Ms. Dixon, we just love and appreciate you all coming on the show this evening. This will not be the last time
Okay.
that y'all come on this show.
And the school gonna open up August.
Let everybody know. Speak up loud and proud. When the school opening?
The school, the name of the school is Beyond Scholars. It'll be a K through 3rd grade private academy. We will be accepting Step Up for Students scholarship, the Hope Scholarship. We will also offer tutoring. We will be looking to open August 2024 to the 2025 school year.
Okay.
We already have our own school number. We've been approved through the Department of Education. We just have one last inspection, and we're good to go.
All right. Well, hey, and you know what? This is a marketing director over here. Hey, once again, we want to thank y'all for coming to the sit down. This will not be your last time sitting down at the sit down.
All right.
But hey, thank you for coming. We look forward to working with you. And until next time on the sit down, we look forward to having these conversations, letting you know what people in the community are doing. We'll see you next week.
Good evening.